come on this thing, eh?
Yes.
Well, we are back again,
Yes, we are.
as we have always been for the past couple of weeks. It's Burn Team, and the topic for today was selected by the ladies of Burn Team, driven home by one V.
From Tennessee.
From Tennessee. So if you're looking at this on YouTube, feel free to.
Subscribe,
If you look at it on Facebook.
like, and share.
So this morning we had our live aerobics. If you guys looked in, those ladies were having a time in spite of the weather.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent vibe.
Hmm.
So we're chilling as usual, and we believe in emotional fitness, physical fitness, mental fitness. So we just, coming on this live because we were requested to by the Burn Team ladies, spearheaded by V from Tennessee. And the topic at hand is
Fantasies and fetishes.
let's say it slowly.
Fantasies and fetishes.
So people,
What's your fantasy?
this is stemming from our last live, which was very interesting. And we want to big up all the team members on the live, And in the comment section, we get into the comment section again. This is a spin-off or extension of what we were discussing yesterday. And the ladies decided to carry this thing on in a different light. So yesterday was what?
Yesterday was keeping it spicy.
So from keeping this thing spicy, it led into this topic.
Yes.
So do not blame myself or Chica. When Chica had a hand in this thing, she was reading a poem. For those who want to hear the poem from V, it is in the last live. You could go in the comment section and, you could read the poem, or Chica J actually read it out on the live.
Yes, I did.
So it's Burn Team, man. Chilling. And we are facilitating the persons who would want to set forth this topic.
Yes.
Fantasies and fetishes, people. Remember to subscribe, remember to share the live. And it's extremely interesting to see or to hear what would be these ladies and gents' take on the topic that they selected. Fantasies and fetishes. So in the comment section, when you're coming onto the live, feel free to place what is your fantasy, what is your fetish. Big up Asia.
Hi, Asia.
On the foreground. Big up yourself, Asia. Big up yourself, Miss Batiste. Big up yourself, Andy. And as we enter in, feel free, people. I want to hear.
Can hear what?
In the comment section, Asia. In the comment section, Miss Batiste. In the comment section, Andy. As we starting up, we're warming up. Place in the comment section what is your fantasy and what is your fetish. And we will get into the meaning of the word.
Yes.
And some of us having things we call in fantasies, and that is not the meaning of a fantasy. So we will learn the meaning of what is a fantasy.
And then what is a sexual fantasy? Because when you just say fantasy is one thing, and if it's a sexual fantasy it's another thing.
So we're getting into the word fantasy, and then sexual fantasy, and fetish. We're going to get into the root word, and then we're going to get into the Oxford Dictionary's meaning, and then Trini meaning. Yeah. So if you don't come to the live, welcome. One, all, east, west,
Yes.
north, south, this morning, evening, night, everything. Click share, and we're going to start it easy into the topic.
Yes.
You know what? It is run full head on. I just
Yes.
easy.
Mhm.
Right? So Cheeks, how you want to get this ball? How you want to
Alright. So, a fantasy,
Rodell.
right?
Pick up yourself, Rodell. Straight out.
Just the word fantasy itself is an activity of imagining
Hmm?
something impossible or improbable.
So let's hear that. Fantasy alone by itself means imagining something impossible or improbable.
You know, something not likely to happen.
You wake up in the morning and see $1 trillion on your bed. That's a
Yeah,
fantasy.
fantasy.
Right?
Yeah.
So since we understand fantasy, we're going to see fantasy, sexual fantasy. But before that, as you guys coming on, welcome. This is Real Talk.
Yes.
Andy, if you're
Ready, let us know when
you're ready, all the inbox for the jerseys, dry fit, all you know how we run.
Yeah.
Chica, you see the ladies have the V-neck, the guys have the V-neck, we match it. Right? So, in the comment section, feel free to mention what is a fantasy to you, what is a fetish to you, so we could get into, seeing and hearing points of view from Burn team members. Yeah.
Alright, so we have good afternoon, Andy. Please have some behavior this afternoon.
No behavior, Andy. We
Right? Andy said he too want to hear little sis.
No behavior. So, there's no holds bad this evening, tonight, this morning. Pick up yourself, Miss Bartholomew. And in the comment section, please, what you think is a fantasy. As we on the word fantasy, we did the explanation. Good to hear what you guys think a fantasy is,
Yeah.
and what is a fetish
Yes.
in your point of view. Now, there are no wrong answers.
No wrong answer.
Right.
Right? So fantasy by itself is imagining something impossible or improbable, meaning it's not really gonna happen.
Hence, you wake up in the morning, you have $1 trillion on your bed. Fantasy.
Now let's get to sexual.
Oh Lord, I think I'll be drinking a lot in this life.
You'll be drinking a lot. So, sexual fantasy. It is a mental image, right? That sexually excites someone.
So, a sexual fantasy is an image, an imagination
Yes.
of
It doesn't matter, just an imagination that will arouse the person sexually.
So in the comment section, feel free to place imaginations you guys have that arouse you. I know if to let them place in the comment section. So we're still waiting. What is a fetish to you, and what is a fantasy, and then what is a sexual fantasy? The meanings that you all guys have in your minds.
Yes.
Andy, no behavior. Right? So this is coming off of our last live, and we getting into the nitty gritty. Big up Asia, big up Miss Batiste, big up Sonali, big up Andy. And if you all are now coming on to the live, the topic is
Fantasies and fetishes.
So we're going to move on to the definition of a fetish. So we try to get the right definitions so that we will not be going off the track or the beaten
But
path.
I don't think we'll be going off track because people were quite on track from since yesterday.
Moving on. What is a fetish?
Alright, so a fetish is actually, you'll remember we did sexual desire before. It is a form of sexual desire.
Oh.
Yes. In which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, body parts, etc. So it's something abnormal.
So it's an abnormal
gratification.
So in the comment section, as you guys coming on, feel free to place in the comment section what you guys think is a fetish. Big up yourself, Tarot.
Look who here.
So the topic for today, Tarot, sexual fantasy. I put the sexual in it. And fetish. So in the comment section, please what that is to you. I know we have Asia on the forefront. I worried Asia run out yourself. Asia, just take your time this evening.
Yes, I hope so too.
And let us
she's
move
taking her time.
amicably. Yes? So, a fantasy is something improbable, whereas a sexual fantasy is an imagined state of mind that arouses you. Adi, you waited for V. I don't know where V is. This is V topic, right? This is V from Tennessee's topic. And I think we have to find hand drag on the live. Right, so in the comment section, people feel free to put what you think a fetish is and what a sexual fantasy is to you. And then we will get into a small portion of, how this fits in relationship.
Yes.
Right?
Alright, so we have, well, of course, Tarot have eyes. Tarot be after here, yes. And
the message board is warming up.
Right, let me see. Okay. So Sonali will be a bit in and out. Currently have pots on the stove, so Sonali is now cooking.
Nice, man.
Yes.
You can put the menu in the comment section as well. I see in Asia. Let me hear what Asia
so
saying.
Asia saying, my fetish are those toes and fingers. I love sucking my partner's own, vice versa.
Fellas, do not follow Asia on Facebook. Right, so that is a fetish, right?
Yes.
It is an abnormal, we in Trini would say weird. You would say weird.
Yeah, because people
weird.
say them toes.
Weird. According to the toes,
Yeah.
Asia, according to them toes,
Yes.
you have to watch your contents.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you have to watch it.
If the toes right, well.
You can afford to do that.
So Asia has placed forward one of her fetishes. I know she has many. She's a very out there kind of girl. Fellas know it. Right. So chicks, tell me.
Yes.
Something abnormal. Hey. Let me get the message about
Alright, so we have Sonali saying, my fetish are battle scars. Love to scratch my partner's back.
Now remember, nails are very infectious. Right. So look over at the live, pick up yourself. The topic for today is
Fantasies and fetishes.
we have already explained fantasy, so it is sexual fantasy and fetishes. Asia spoke about toes. She likes to suck the toes and fingers.
Yes.
Make sure it's manicured and pedicured up.
Yes.
And Sonali says she likes to leave battle scars. You understand now? I hope if somebody else will leave that battle scar back and they wear a hole back, careful with the scars. Right? So chicks, as we on the topic of fetishes. This is one I
So I will start with you know here.
One of my fetishes is I like sounds. So in the last live I did speak about sound. I like to listen to audiobooks. I don't read them, I just download the audiobook. I like to hear voice notes. I like the sounds of the thing. It might be weird to some people, it might be. There's one. So I will be sharing I will go from pious to totally crazy. Right? If we reach that far.
Yes.
Right? So to all who coming on the live, big up yourself. This is Burn Team. And the topic for today is
Fantasies and fetishes.
So leave in the comment section what you think a fantasy is, and what you think a fetish is, and then what you think a sexual fantasy is. And feel free to place what fantasies you guys have and some of the fetishes. So one of mine was the sounds, where I'd be high pitch, not too low. If your pitch kind of low, a suspect here. Yeah? So now they said battle scars, Asia said toes and fingers.
Yes.
Andy, you're not hearing from the fellas. Andy, what are some of your fetishes? And we will start to get the points of view across. Now, where does this lie in relationship? Do you think that people should be open with fetishes and relationships?
Yes, it is nice to be open so that both parties can be pleased, sexually.
When do you think the fetishes should be spoken about? In the beginning of the relationship, like when you all now getting to know? Because I think fetishes is getting to know too as well.
Yes.
Big up Kenton, man.
I think as time goes along, because of course you'll be getting to know the person, and as time go along, you might realize, okay, it might have something that seems kind of normal in a fetish, but we know that fetish is something abnormal.
Yeah, it's an abnormal thing.
If it is, that your thing might just be like especially highly crazy, then you need to talk about it. Hint, say, I like this, do this.
Get cloud. So tarot.
Tarot, sexual fantasy, threesomes, fetish, facial expression.
I like that. Well said and very smoothly put across the tarot. Right? So this action for tarot.
Yeah, facial.
Facials. Yeah. Right? Alright. So, in reality, I think me personally, I would have liked to know up front.
Right.
Because I didn't want to next thing 6 months pass and then
people want to pay them out.
Yeah, you have a fetish where it's not in my style.
Right.
So we hearing kind of normal, things. We ain't get abnormal because Vanessa from Tennessee ain't reached on the lives yet.
Yes.
So we find Vanessa. Right? Vanessa will give always some craziness.
Yes.
Right? So it's still normal in the expression. So it's things that we're hearing about, the threesomes,
that fantasy.
It's prominent with guys. Yeah?
But remember, the sexual fantasy is what will turn on the person. So the threesomes do turn on some persons, and then we have some person, their fetish is actually, their fantasy, sexual fantasy is looking at porn together, and people.
So was that a fetish or a fantasy?
No, that's a fetish.
Right. So if you're now joining in the live, feel free to place in the comment section what you think a fetish is, definition, and what you think a sexual fantasy is, and feel free to place, what you fantasize about, right? So I like the sounds, the sounds of music, the hills are alive, the sounds, the vibrations, and I will continue going up the road in the crazy. So Chica,
pain, that's it. Simple. Yeah.
So so we just let me get pain.
Yes.
Inflicted in what manner?
Manner.
Oh. So Chica is saying pain. Some people like what do you think about? Anyway, we'll reach to that.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. So Chica is saying pain. Andy are waiting on what is your fetish. Tero gave us his. I starting to come up the road, me. Right? Chica saying pain. Right? And I am saying sound of music. The vibration. So if you're now logging in, this is Burn Team. We believe in physical fitness, emotional fitness, mental fitness. So we do come together on these lives and express, the different vibrations. And this was selected Right, so I see Tero very avid. Yeah. So Tero, in the last live we had V from Tennessee who encouraged this live and she's not here as yet. V from Tennessee spoke about the choking. Right? More Joseph, pick up yourself.
Hi, Joseph. Moses. How are you?
Moses.
So yes, people, we have our young people looking on.
Right, so right. And very good to the message board with that.
Message board. Tero asks, what about choking? When he asks, what's that?
Trying to find out if it's a fetish.
No, I don't know if it is he referring to what it is I said or what it is he said.
I don't know. So Tero, Chica want to know if it's choking. The pain she might want inflicting is for the pain center. Choking is more asphyxiation. Some people like to be asphyxiated.
Yeah.
So what happens is choking is a form of asphyxiation, right? And the pain is actually a bite or a slap.
Yeah.
Right? That type of pain. So what you're talking about is asphyxiation, where some
you feel like
people
you want to lose your breath and
choking
go to a whole other
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you're saying as for me, threesome with good pain and good music.
We just Adi. Oh Lord. So people are being very open on the live, which is good. So we welcome all the new people that are on the live looking on, right? And we invite you guys to place in the comment section what,
Yes.
what it is for you. What is a fetish to you? It could be something easy. And my boy, there is a joking, well, yeah, I mean. And Asia Lion is saying a nice spanking. So Andy, at least one of your crazy girls on the live here. So Asia is coming up the road there. I know she coming up. So Asia is saying a good spanking. So what we have? We have asphyxiation, choking.
Yeah.
We have pain infliction.
Yeah.
We have a good spanking. We have sound. We have what else?
Well, threesome will fall under the fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy. Right? So people, if you're looking at this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. You're looking at this on Facebook. Like
and
yourself.
share.
Yeah. And we going up the road, we sharing. We sharing. So definition, Chica, for those who missed it, Chica could give you a brief recap. Yeah.
So fantasy by itself is basically something that you imagine that is unlikely to happen, right? Impossible.
Like $1 trillion as you wake up in the morning in your bedroom.
Yeah. Right?
Impossible.
The sexual fantasy is mental images that will have you sexually aroused.
Right.
Things that turn you on when you think about it.
So in regards to relationship, we did start the conversation. Miss Batiste, you could have told us that this morning. Big up Nikki. Guys, fellas, on the live this morning, Nikki is the next little short darky, just like Chica, next to her on her right.
Yeah, that's
right?
my little aunt. Yes,
You man song in all now.
No,
She ain't old all there. She
no,
ain't
I
old.
didn't say old.
We're
I
not
said
saying
that's
auntie here, okay?
But it's my aunt.
Let's hold up on that. Taro, Nikki short just like Chica.
Taller.
1/16 of an inch taller. So if you look on the live that had the aerobics, that is Nika Batista on the live right now.
Yeah.
Z, big up yourself.
Yes, see.
It take long.
Yes.
So Z here now. In the comment section, please for me what fetishes you have, and what sexual fantasies you have.
So now you're saying a nice love bite.
Now, I have some kind chicks. I can't bite this thing. I like to bite, so I mean that would fall under fetish for me. And I have very large canines. So I don't know how it does work out, but I like to bite as well. So it could be a form of asphyxiation according to where I bite. Come my mouth real big now. So if I bite you on your neck here, I could, if I bite you on your traps, I like to bite where it had the flesh. So hint hint. So if you're now joining the live, right, Chica,
We are speaking about fantasies and fetishes.
Asia said she likes a good spanking. So anybody who want to give Asia a spanking, you could feel free to put it in the comment section. And Z, we're waiting on you. So in regards to relationship, I would have liked for this conversation to come up early. And
How early?
well early. Because we don't know, you see. Next thing we get all wrapped up. And then ladies don't say it. Like it have guys like sexual things that the ladies don't like. Right? Certain acts. Like Tero said facials and that kind of thing. Right?
There said you might go skin.
Yeah, boy, the fags are them terrible. Yeah. So let's say somebody really has a out there fetish. You don't know about it and all they get wrapped up in a whole relationship and then time for the next level. We just call it third base. Yeah, whatever. Time to reach third base and now she come out here with a toy to put in a place where you don't want it and she's saying that what she like. So I want it as early as possible because it kinda keeps the balance right.
Yes.
I don't want to start something and then we end up on two different wavelengths. So moving along, fantasy or fetish. So we gotta play a game, right? This is the game, fellas, right? Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You gotta really pick up yourself, man, right?
Yeah, handcuff she up.
No, that is our next scene. So you see fellas going on the road properly. So I like handcuffs, Riley, but here what going on? I want a handcuff here and you get handcuff. So the bed now had to have railing. You know how these them new bed coming now by Riley, right? This bed and them coming with a flat back and a long time bed, and a long time bed had railing in between them cast iron bed. Don't big up yourself. Right?
Nikita is saying role play.
So the board started to get hot, They just take one and that is it.
Yeah.
Nikita, you need to be specific with the role playing.
Don't say tying she with rope.
Yeah, that's how good vibes.
What kind of rope? What size of rope? What rope is that?
I can
that
tell you.
What kind of rope,
No, I have found ways of using things around the home to get the job done. So the handcuffs is nice. According to how you handcuff in the hand, handcuff behind the back. Because we are no railing. If we tie the hands, well, it's another story. So Nikki, Batiste. What on Nikki?
Nikita. We just say Nikki.
Nikita is it?
She said restraints.
Nikita.
So Nikki, you want to be the
What's it for,
officer,
rope?
or you want to be the criminal?
Nikita, yeah, fan code.
Oh.
Yeah. What about the
Lace. Saying lace too.
lacing for bed sheet?
And bed sheet.
What about the USB cable?
That was not small.
Is that?
I said I for small hands.
Small wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Miss Batiste, feel free to tell us, and we mean tell us, what specific role play we talking about? Is it cops and robbers? Is it cowboy and Indian? Is it, that kind of way? Aye, it's that.
See, I love me some whipped cream and chocolate all over and just start to look all over.
So that's a fetish.
Yeah.
I would fall on a fetish. Z, you're starting. Continue. So Z is saying food. So a lot of people have food fetishes. Food. Some people might want chocolate cake. What Asia Lion is saying yes to exactly?
Asia Lion is responding to Z.
Oh, she loved the whipped cream. Nikita is saying ice cream. So
And Don is saying to add him. I
now
think
in the reality, that happened yesterday. It had the last live, people were being very
Junior is saying sex scandal.
and
And Terror is saying he prefers honey.
so we have a lot of guys on the
And
live.
Nikki saying nurse and patient. That is her role play.
Nurse and patient.
So Nikki, are you playing the role of the nurse or the patient?
That is real dress up, boy. You gotta go with what the food and pick out
Nice.
Yeah, boy. That's our money.
White lace, yeah.
That's our money thing there. Alright, nurse and patient, alright. So we hearing the guys with food fetishes as well. We hearing honey. We are hearing
ice cream,
chocolate.
with
This
cream.
sticky boy. Right, so anything else? Because I see people I jumping in and letting the live do the thing.
So Julie, I know you said you're not staying long. What's
Julie, state what is your
fetish or
fetish?
your fantasy?
She says she in and out, so
Yeah.
even them to run out, they run it. Right? A nice additive for the people who are into food fetishes is edible underwear. Yeah, feel free to think about that scenario and as it progresses.
Edible underwear.
Yeah. So we were speaking about how early
In a
we should
relationship.
introduce fetishes. And I think it should be upfront according to how crazy a fetish is and where you hold it.
Yeah.
Because it have some people that need that in the bedroom. So in the comment section, is there a fetish any one of you guys have that is a must? When I say a must, you can't, no bedroom business without that particular fetish.
Terror, that's excitement self. Men like dress up. And they say, me, honey all over.
So, only have plastic on that bed. Anyway, all over I see.
See,
Lord.
I love me a game of hide and seek.
What?
Naked. When I find you, you have to tell me what you want me to do to you.
Oh, they need a land for that or something. So again, we see the adrenaline being stimulated again in the fantasy and the fetish. Yeah. So in the relationship,
Yes.
where would you have how do you get in? What it can help me. How do you get in even speaking about that? Because we have people in relationships right now who never even discuss this discussion.
True.
In long-term relationships, maybe married, and they never really sat or even chill and discuss the things. Why is that? Why
I think a lot of people, because discussing things of a sexual nature would have been taboo. A lot of persons who would have been in long-term relationship, they may have grown up in the era where speaking about it is taboo, so they wouldn't even speak about it. They might just inch by inch dip the toes in the water, take a next step. So I think that's really it. Because it's kind of like taboo. Some people, it's taboo to discuss it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the person that will be very open, but they just may not be sure what point in the relationship to have that discussion.
So in the comment section, what is a must-have for you guys in the fetish or the fantasy? What is a must-have? We used to have a bucket list long time. A bucket list is something you do every day. You have a tick for everything you do before you die. A bucket list. Where does that lie in your bucket list? The fantasy and what is a must-have in a relationship? What is a must-have in the fetish? What you must have? We are compromising that. What is the must? Some people say pain, some people say threesome, some people say honey, some people say chocolate, whipped cream, some people say hide and go seek. So in the comment section, what is a must-have? Right? What is a must-have in the scenario? Right? What is a must-have, Chica? What do you think? Starting off a relationship and you're getting into this kind of topic, heads, my boy say heads. No tails, eh? Yeah, man, straight up that. Yeah, so I mean, and here's Julie, up to
Julie,
bat.
for one, I'm not playing patient and nurse, because I'm a nurse and my patients, them too rude. I can't.
So Julie, I need to hear what is a fetish of yours that you enjoy extremely. Oh, that's cool. That is very.
Julie, like, truth or dare.
Yeah,
Nikki
yeah.
say nice massage with body oil.
So, Nikki, is that a must-have? Is it a must? Are we talking fetish? To me, a massage is
Well, yesterday's we said get edible oils, not just no ordinary oil. Get the
Yeah.
edible ones.
Yeah.
But she said that yesterday,
She'll
so
get
I'm
both.
just throwing it out
Yeah,
there.
she'll get both. She's supposed to be on the dance. So, massage oils. Right, truth or dare. That is interesting. How would this truth or dare just take place?
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting.
Nikki say you must have the hug up. The cuddles.
Oh Lord. No. This morning, you know, the ladies who are taking in front as they have always done these days, you know, in the aerobics, man. So if you all feel free to get up in the morning and just press the play, you know, and on a Saturday and Sunday,
Yes.
they can feel free. Chica them shake it, well shake it this fellas. Check out the live and you go tell me what take place. Miss Batiste is on the front line and Z,
Yes.
the well shake.
That shake.
So in the relationship. Oh.
Z is saying licking and sucking is a must.
That's how it is. She can enunciate it and pronunciate it.
What? That is a must.
No, if you're now joining the live people, this is Burn Team. We deal with emotional fitness, physical fitness, mental fitness, and this topic was brought up by V from Tennessee, who is not on the live right now. She was on the live yesterday, and V is from Tennessee, and she wanted us to get feedback, you know. And this is what we're doing, and she ain't present as yet, right? So we're speaking about in the relationship. When is the best time to bring it up? I think in early. In the comment section, people feel free to
Sarah's agreeing with Z.
yeah, Z's Morel Solatero, Trouble Incarnate. If Trouble had a sister, feel free. Yeah. So in the relationship, where do you guys think it should come up? You know, the discussion. Because I don't think no people just have discussions in relationships, you know. They may already reach the third base and still, you know, have not this discussion.
Julia is saying, tie me up and take charge.
Oh, everybody will
Leave me breathless.
Oh, everybody want to get tied up so. Well, yeah, issues. So Julie is saying that she needs to be tied up. Yeah. Well, I gotta make sure that edible oil is brand new. Them edible oils and them could get sick. So make sure it's high grade stuff. Yeah, to go put it all on that on the shelf. Right? Nikita is saying.
Yes, she's saying edible oil, but the massage is not a must-have.
Alright, good. Right. People are agreeing with you. Alright, so that's a must-have. Andy, what is a must-have? So we're looking at must-haves so that, you know, when you're having this conversation, some of the things you may be able to do without, but, you know, it has something that, hey, I had to have this. I mean, I understand you don't want to do this and that, but I had to have this. And I think that's healthy. We don't have healthy relationships anymore. So what would happen? This happened to us guys, because we don't really talk about what we want from a woman. A guy might sit down and say, here's what I want. We don't do that. Right? So what happens with us is we might hint, and if it's something the young lady don't like to do, that's it. And what happens is that you go outside because there are other young ladies that would do all the craziness that would, you know, suffice that kind of thing. And it's unhealthy. So we want to promote our healthy relationships. So I would say in the beginning, just to keep the coast clear. So that, you know, if you say, but man, I hear this, I hear that, but you see this thing here, Not in my face. So people in the comment section, this is
Fantasies and fetishes.
on the job put on yourself again, you know, right? So let's hear some of the fantasies, guys and girls, Burn Team family. What are some of the fantasies you guys have that you would like to see come to pass? So you're playing around with it in your mind. You know, you maybe had some relationships, you know, here and there. Maybe in one, out of one, you're in between, you transit. You know?
Nikita is saying must have foreplay.
So I must have heads.
Dan is saying I must have heads and must eat a front.
Yeah, that's it. So interestingly, you know, you have some ladies who don't like that.
Don't like one.
Heads or tails. You know, it have some ladies, you know, that, you know, not into the head game. So it would be nice, you know, if you see a man like that now, and he knows that from in the beginning. He knows well, alright. If that is a no-no, because I have ladies who not doing that for nothing. Right? That's what it is.
Taran,
Message
boy,
board.
I like simple things like touching. Touch me everywhere and anywhere at any random time.
So there you look into your case. Oh,
Don't say orgy party.
now you need to explain that, Don. That's a big claim. I mean, so you need to explain what type of, that's our whole life, right?
So,
Accident.
Saran is saying, if I drive in, your hands must not be at your side.
Accident. So again, it's adrenaline stimulation. You know how it go, right? So in the comment section, as people being very liberal, what are the fantasies you guys have in the back of your brain that you're playing around with that you would like to see come to pass? Message board.
So you're saying, this is for the men. Your drive must be on point. You must open WhatsApp pipe.
Z. The comment section getting wilder.
Dan is saying, if you're not on the orgy party, I don't know if it's the orgy party, but
Oh, the heads I feel.
maybe the heads.
Yeah.
If you're not on that, goodbye. Oh, so you said orgy party, invite only.
Well, interested in this live, right? So, you're looking for trouble, right? So moving along amicably, right?
And he's saying orgy party, that is me.
Oh, so Andy, my boy say invite only. Is it a mixture of this orgy party of guys and girls, or is the orgy party only women? You know what I mean? Because then that would lead to, you know, another question I would be having in my mind, right? So you could stipulate what type of party. I know you said invite only, but in the sexes, is it?
And then to what are the criteria? Because you might invite people, but where nobody people that you invite into this thing.
Right, regardless of the people that you're seeing. You're saying whether we want to know if it's male and female mix. Is it a mix or is it a street? You know, like if it's just females or is it a mixture of males and females in the party? What kind of party it is? Is it a postman party? Moving along. So as we said, in relationships, it is good to add this information early. Come on, should we learn?
Yes, like orgy parties. Some people might not want to go to that.
Some people ain't going through that one, right? So it's good that we bring it up in the beginning. And if you maybe really like the person, yeah, that mightn't be a big weight on your back to put to the side. But you know, at the same time, you gotta be honest, you know, kind of honest with yourself. And if you know you need that kind of excitement and there's a style of life, then you know that you're seen, so you gotta let the other person know. Right? 7-3 ratio. That ain't bad. Right? Girl to, it's a 7-3 ratio.
73.
7-3
So more
ratio.
women than men.
Right. That ratio ain't bad. All you gotta make sure and test up on thing, yeah. Test up on thing now, boy. All the extracurricular viruses. Right? So, I mean, and these are only ladies.
So that means Andy's you and just ladies all around.
And you are haram. Andy, that's not an orgy party, eh? Boy, no about that. You know what I'm saying? Andy, that's not an orgy party. Right? That is a fantasy that you would like to happen.
Yes.
In the, right?
Yes.
That's a fantasy. It could happen if you had the right amount of money.
Yes.
Right amount of money, that happens, Andy. You're begging for it to go away, right? I tell you. Right? So, in the relationship, it's good to bring up these things so that we could have a heads up of what is going on. Right? So that we could. What? Andy, real greedy. Z is saying Andy is greedy. Yeah, be greedy like that. Yeah. So, it's good to bring it up in a relationship. So, what would be your view? What are the no-nos, ladies? When we say no-no, what are the fetishes that you all are not doing? So the guys can get understanding of what's going on with all that. Right? Don't say Andy able with 7 man. Andy, don't say you need some help if it's 7 man in this thing. Said don't. You know what she can is that? Right. So what's a no-no? What is a no-no with you guys? So Tero, Andy, Don, Z, if somebody comes and says, this is my fetish as a, coming to be a partner, what is a no-no? What is a deal breaker? Chica, what is a deal breaker with you?
I don't know. I guess if it comes up, then I'll know.
What is a deal breaker, fellas? What is a deal breaker?
So Trinea is saying orgy is my fantasy, not likely to happen. Just a fantasy, not the sexual fantasy, just fantasy.
So when we say in orgy, we have to be a little more specific. If it's a mixed orgy, or if it's just what Andy's saying, females only.
Maybe it's just across the board.
Because orgy are guys and so be a little more specific. So if you're looking at this on YouTube,
subscribe, like, comment, share.
And if you're looking at this on Facebook,
like, and I hope that everyone shared up this live already. So we had Asia saying she loved having sex in front of mirrors. And
wait, what?
Yes, Asia love having sex in front mirrors. And Sarah is saying, like us, is a deal breaker. That have cough eye in it.
So when you're agreeing with Z when she said throw the honey all over, but that is part of all over.
Andy said all over. He said he just likes honey.
But alright.
So Don is saying, boy, I'm not on the lick ass thing now, not my ass.
So so you see. Anyhow. Right, so terrorists say 0 on the backdoor business.
So is it, be like, specific. Is it that you don't want somebody doing it to you?
Or you not doing it to the person?
Or you not doing it to the other person, or is it both ways?
Right, and
But don't say not his own, but Don, will you like someone else's own, the woman's own?
Right, so in reality, I hear Don and them fellas when they hear Asia and them throwing honey on themselves all the time up, man. All Z throw honey, Nikki throw chocolate. So what you say? You'll eat half the candy bar there. So in the relationship, it's always good to know where the line is drawn. So Tero is saying one direction, other people are agreeing with that.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't mind, it's strange, they don't mind the seven women, man.
Yeah.
The one woman,
With that.
strange, yeah?
Yeah.
Because to me, an orgy party is like a real
wild
it's
kind.
wildness.
Real
Anything
goes.
Anything goes. There's a timid orgy party. There's a selected. Right.
What to do without hesitation? Okay, I guess he's looking the girls.
Asia. So Asia is saying mirrors.
Yes.
Right? So again, it's good. So if I don't come out the life, believe people, Lord, this is fetishes and fantasies.
Say, I don't know about everybody, but I speak it for me. He's not going around it at all.
So it's a zero. You're going close to it. So the spanking is alright.
Well, I suppose.
The spanking is alright, but anything else.
Licking is not okay. Eating it is not okay.
No. There's a zero on that. Right. So what do you think in relationships now? Let's see, as we hear any different views. Yeah? Orgy party with rules?
There are no rules. That is our no rules section.
See, explain to Taro what is an orgy party. Right? See, give the definition. Right. So, in relationships, these things are being brought up because in reality we don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's always good to let people know the sides of you that sometimes it be a little embarrassing, maybe it could be, according to asking somebody or but it's good to be open so that the other person at least has an idea. They might warm up to it in time, but and then they might like it more than you. It's happening like that sometimes. No, then maybe them like it more than you. So message board.
So, and he's saying, I know it's just something I will like to make happen, and licking butt is off. And Taryn is saying, should kids.
So in the fleeting moments, we have come to understand that some of us have general fetishes.
Yes.
There are very crazy fetishes out there, right? So we could highlight one of them.
Okay, so
On the
Don
message
is
board.
given the rules: no cameras, face mask, weed.
So, yeah. When all is so high, all you know exactly what it is, all you do it for every single moment. All you know is interested.
Taryn is saying, well, let me tell you something. If he's in charge of the orgy party, his rules, or we go home.
Oh, Lord. And moving forward,
Yes.
so we do have a few fetishes that were not said in the live. We'll speak on a few or one.
So, Andy's going to book.
Alright, Bobby the Pot. Right, so again, feel free to place in the comment sections what is your best fetish ever, what do you need, and what do you can't live without, and anyways a fetish. What about electrodes? There are fetishes with people using small electrodes, to shock, for stimulus. Another thing is candle wax. The candle wax for people who, but you talk about pain, right? Yes, you talk about pain, how that take out the candle wax. Right? What about the candle wax? For people who likes that type of pain, that sensation, you light the candle and you drip the wax. Yes? Julie, oh Lord, Julie. Julie, well, we know from sins before.
Yes.
That, Julie, right? Julie, what types? Is it a mixed threesome or is it a? Oh Lord, yeah, it's all the cadawags there. Cadawag business. Yeah.
Thinking striptease.
Oh, demo.
Yes. Yes, she said striptease from a man will be nice.
So, guys, if you know the ladies are speaking, so you know you have to get your waist rotation right. And well, if we had too much on the shed, I don't know. Nikki, you had to say the body type for the striptease, you know, because if a boy really, you know, a striptease does be good with the body, you know. So next thing, you know, I need some work before I could get the striptease because, you know, the tool shed a little bit. It needs some work before I start the striptease.
So Julia saying 2 female, 1 man. 1 man is enough.
Girl, that is nice. Right? So, somebody comes up to you, you know, you're starting to deal with the person, and these are some of the fetishes we're hearing. Which the ones in the comment section that you don't think you could, you know? Because we heard a lot in the comments.
Well, I wouldn't be going to an orgy party.
Oh, yeah, true that. Chica very straight when coming to certain vibrations. See how straight she faces.
I ain't going to the orgy party.
Right. So in relationships, it's good to actually be open, and this platform is being used in that way because sometimes we really don't share with our partner, you know, the ins and outs of you know, how we feeling. His ways and
Julia saying the way somebody has to be in order. Junior is saying, Nikita, I don't mind. He could do that.
The DJ is this easy. Yeah. Taro. Taro, actually. Whew. Right. So, some people, Nikita is saying the body must be in order. So you see, that is unfair. That is not fair, Olia.
But you put it out there too, eh?
That is not fair. Because if, let's say, the female counterpart, you know, you come home and you're hearing a nice music in the background, and you know she giving you a nice little dance, but she have a little quarter tool shed, you must at least appreciate the woman gesture.
Yeah.
Why all of us do that? Huh?
Right now, anyhow you take it, if it were the man, you actually love the man for the body and everything that he has, right? So you shouldn't mind wherever the man look like he give you a little striptease, because that is what you want.
No,
right.
He be a man because you're in a relationship and mama put on a little lace something, whatever, and she put on the music. So because she have a little muffin, you know, a little small muffin, you know, she have a little belly there, but you know, she put it on a show. You shouldn't jump me, mama must just appear as a swimsuit model just so because she doing a striptease.
Vice versa.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, you're already with the person, you're already doing.
A little tongue of a little thing here, all there. And if I have a little, you know what I mean? And I put on a little music and I started, I could rustle it. Yeah. I could slide on a pole if it reached to that. I saw a wild man on the know me, right?
So
yeah,
Junior is saying
right,
he have an Atlantic build. And Don saying he's a fat man. Well, maybe athletic.
Athletic build, yeah. The message board lighted up.
Nikki is saying the body is a preference. Don't have to be a full pack, just saying. It doesn't need to be, you know, full pack.
Nikki, that 6-pack anything is a 6-pack. We tell about you even 4-pack. You know, linear to be a 4-pack.
She says it doesn't matter with the pack.
So you could have a 1-pack.
Yeah.
He can get through it a 1-pack.
Maybe nothing too out there.
Place in the comment section if the man could get through it a 1-pack, but it mustn't be 1 packing Audi.
Yeah, it mustn't be a case.
Let me see if we can get through it at one pack. Put that in the comment section because you know the fellas looking on now. You know where let's go. Yeah. Oh, you like the comment section?
Comment section.
Comment section what?
Julie say one man, one woman, we doing and trying everything together. Talk done. She say the D is hers. So what if the
what? What?
She said the D is hers.
Okay.
But then that would be unfair to the other person.
Julie, if it is Julie, explain.
She say yes, because if you're in a long relationship after kids, bills and life, body does change. So once I love bring myself here boy. She's Nikki said not the whole case. I go get drunk.
Nikki said that to be kind of dung. It can't be too high. It can't have a. Alright, Nikki, all Nikki is putting out what her body type is. And she said it don't have to be a full 6. It could be a 2.
It could be, it don't want to be nothing, just not
wrong. Okay. Yeah.
And then it's true now that he is from South.
Oh, stand up. You know what the thing said.
Right? So Nikki like again an ex-companion.
Companionship
an ex-company.
A company is important. Right. So, my you get it through today you get it through. Right? So, Nikki, you have not told me what is a deal breaker in your fetishes. What is a deal breaker? That's what we need to hear from the ladies. Right? We heard from the guys. The guys and them say, we not. You know? Right. So, ladies time, I want to hear what is a deal breaker. Would you now be going into, let me say the relationship is like in a year or two, and you start to open up little Pandora's box, and you realize it's something that you're not okay with. Would you talk to the individual and try to come to a common ground or just end it just so after you had a year and a half of goodness? You know, would that just, you're done with that? You know, what would be the result? You're in the relationship a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you know you're starting to learn about the individual and a fetish comes up that you don't like. Will you guys sit down and have a mature conversation about it, or you just go in and say, throw up your hands?
Well, I will sit down and have a mature conversation about it.
Say no.
No, I didn't say that. I will sit down and have a mature conversation, and if it is, you could work it out and compromise and see what could actually work, then yes. And Julian said, message board, he could look like lion with a little belly. I don't mind.
You have to read that. Julie, whose thumbs over you?
No, that's not me.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, so I think when coming to putting on a show, people have to be secure with themselves.
Yes.
So, you know, I will just, in the middle of the life before, I just run across in the aerobics and wine, and that's me. But fellas, they really, not fellas in that kind of way, you know? So it has to be a mentality, a personality.
Yes.
If the fella is a wild man, he will, answer the wine all and I do them kind of thing. You know, go wine down and, you know, it takes a personality to do that. You know what I mean?
So Sonali is saying the 1 pack is okay.
You go to the 1 pack, Miss Bartholomew. Hey, boy. Fellas only have a chance, right? Exactly. They're allowing the 1 pack, guys.
Nikki is saying deal breaker is a drastic decrease in the bed and lack of communication. Big no.
Nikita, it can't be 7 days a week, 4 times for the night, and the man working construction. Nikita, be a little more specific. A decrease. So for the
she
week,
said drastic.
So alright, so we have to know the baseline, so we're going to know it's drastic. Okay. If Nikita accustomed doing she business 7 days for the week, drastic will be 2 days.
Alright, so Nikki, break it down.
Boil it. Is it needed once a week, twice a week? Is it needed 5 days for the week? Is it needed in and out for the month, or 1 month? you know, once a month, once a year like Santa Claus. Right. So in a relationship, you say you would deal with it in a serious manner. If it reaches to the point where it hinders the growth of the every time, he would try maybe to steer you in that direction, what would be the next move? And I think that is why we as guys just kind of keep to ourselves. If the girl is a nice girl and you want her wrong and you don't want to put her in a orgy, and that is your vibe. You will find yourself in your orgy.
Yeah.
And that is the reality.
That's the reality.
That's the reality, some way or the other.
Yeah.
If you're a person you like threesomes, and the person you're with not into that, you can't find yourself in that. So is it that we should really be honest? Ladies, do you want us guys to be totally honest? Women say they want the truth.
Yeah, but
do you want
sometimes
guys
they
to
want the
be
truth.
totally honest with you? Message board.
So, Nikki say, but it can't go from 3 to 5 to once a month. That can't work.
This is basic unconventional raw nutrition, so we encourage good health. So guys, you're seeing what the girls require, so we need to be healthy. We need to be capable. That means we need to be fit to work.
Yes.
You see the problem, fellas? Imagine men getting a pink slip because they fit to work. Yeah? Now, you know me, I just stand up for the fellas, but nonsense is nonsense. And I have been hearing this a lot, fellas, so we hearing all kind of hot man thing on the live. But the general consensus is that the ladies are saying the guys are not coming up to scratch. Men getting a pink slip because no hug up taking place.
No communication, the
It hard
drastic change.
Yeah. So we need to work up on that. Message board.
Message board. And they're saying I will sit down and have a talk about it. And Judy said, let me be the one to decide.
So this is Burn Team. And we are dealing with fetishes. We are dealing with fantasies. So in the comment section, place a fantasy that you had already that you would like to come to pass in this time. Yeah? Feel free to share it. So maybe it's good that you get it out there. You know what I mean? And for the guys who like the wildness, the trees and the fours, you gotta be healthier for these trees and fours. Message board.
Message board. Z, my deal breaker is that you just want to jump on a kitty and she's not ready to take that elephant trunk. Asia Lion is saying my partner have stamina. Always satisfied, leaves me breathless. And Julie is saying, I love me a man who is open and honest with me no matter how difficult it may be. But I'll appreciate and respect you more. And Taran, ladies want fit man, but most of them just laying down, taking. Look back now.
And that is correct. So you know me, devil's advocate from the day I was made. I have come across some lazy ones, in my life. Right? And I was a kind of wild man when I ready. I mean, I just have moods. So I wouldn't say one dimension. I just have my moods. But I mean lazy in the sense of, they're not generating they're not reciprocating
The same
energy, you know what I mean? And that is a deal breaker. That even had to be a fetish. Because then it wouldn't make sense. Right? But when I look at the general consensus of ladies, can't take no more is because the guy is not coming up the road. And that is something, that's a world issue going on right now with men and the libido. Right? We know this.
Message board.
It's hot.
So now they say, give me the honesty. Honesty isn't supposed to tickle, it hurts. But I will respect even more for it. Nikki is saying, for real Z, foreplay is important. And Andy is saying, I agree.
Yeah, because it's more work for us. I was speaking with my soldiers, from time to time, and I was saying that I could attest that these guys not doing the job because we getting too much excess coming our way. Now, if the males do the job, right, we could take a fight.
Message board. Trudy say, even if I'm laying down, I'm whining back in every position he puts me in, or I put myself in. So Trudy is whining back. It don't matter the
And the award for
position.
best narrator goes to. But yeah, from time to time, and I think that could go with if you're in a long-term relationship. Sometimes you're tired. You had a long day at work. Some people work in the sun, the drain. It's not easy to perform at 1,000 every single time, whether it be a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Even though some ladies have said they have a separate energy aside for that. But we had to be a little more realistic and understanding.
Yeah.
So if you want to say, well, hold it for Saturday, or Friday night, because, maybe if you're not working the Saturday. So you kind of put it off in a way that, the person could get a little rest, especially if one out of the parties have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let them, because this is a give and take in relation. It's not only about
a take or a give. It must be equal.
It's not only about I being top gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I king of the hill. Although I like to hold myself to such standards.
And you say, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, but it's a give and take in a relationship. So let's see. That was one of my deal breakers. Like all them guys, my boys say, Terro say, they're lazy. Some of them. Right? Yeah, if there's a deal, and I seen it coming on, I would say, Gil, that it does resonate bad with me. So, here what? Friday night. So rest up. I ain't harassing you for the week. That is why I asked Miss Batiste how many times for the week. She can easy. Right? How many times for the week? Because based upon the individual, based upon the job, I just work like 12 hours on my regular job and then I go work 8 on bird team job. It also is a 8 on bird team job and then it's a 12 on, regular. So, if a guy is that's his style at work, you have to leave room so that the person can rest. Let's say the young lady is a nurse and she working a double shift. She work day, then she work night, then she work 2 nights, then she work a day shift. By time Friday, she is not rested. All day. That is only talk people who, who actually work hard, who have side businesses, who have work, who doing other things, kids, all these things. And in reality, when we factor in the fetishes and all the vice, you know what I mean? Yeah. Give the persons enough time to recharge. People who's work shift, that's be hard when you work in daylight, and then you come and you work night and your clock does be screwed up, right? You're not functioning right? So again, the health is important, but then you have to add in the situations of life. We're not having a fetish in a test tube. We're having a fetish in a bubble where we will say the guy lazy or a white 5 time. It's 5 time for a man working 12 hours and then 8. How many hours is that? I ain't sleep yet now. And she can't know I don't sleep. You understand? So I still have energy, but it is not everybody is not the same.
Exactly. Message board. So Junior Riley is saying, through that line, I agree with that too. Truly, if I'm in the mood and I know he had a hard day but is still willing, I'll do the work to make both of us satisfied.
Julie
is also saying, I know myself, I'm always ready and waiting, not leaving anything for the outside woman.
That song's so familiar. Yeah, so in reality, that is nice, Julie, that but guys, and I think that's been the problem with some guys too, according to the health of the guy, you'll always use the term, according to his libido, according to how healthy he is, he could even get rest too and still not perform, right? According to the health of the guy, that would determine if you go in and really do all the work, because he needs to have an erection.
Exactly.
It ain't have no work doing if it had nothing.
So
Right?
why not?
Right? So, again, it would take communication, it would take
Yes,
understanding, it would take health. You know, we had burn team employ.
Health
Because you
is-
see, the health now will help you get your thing right.
Yes.
Right? So again, people, if you're looking at this on Facebook,
Like and share.
and I will call me and cuss me. Right? Come, we supposed to be here.
And he's saying, some of them boring and lazy, not good at all. Well said, big brother, but you don't sleep.
No, I don't sleep.
And Sharon is saying it right, Julie.
Yeah, I don't sleep. But that doesn't work for everyone. Some people need the 8 hours. And if they get 8 hours, they're off, cranky, then can't focus properly. I'm not enforcing my style of living on nobody. You might have fallen. That is me. Right? So in a relationship, remember that we're not having fish in a bubble, in a test tube where it have nothing else happening around, you know? So we have to place understanding, man, caring.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And then some of the ladies are cooking good food. The man ain't getting no stew fish. He ain't getting a cassava. He ain't getting a vegetables. Right? And if he diet off, a man that is important for his performance when coming to that room, Ladies, they don't really, or they don't need much thing, you know. The guys need to be very well fed, properly.
Yes.
Make sure the man has multivitamin, put it in the bag. Make sure that, hey, you know, he make a little punch every 2 days or 3 days. If you know he energy dipping, if I might just get more while I need that, right? So in the comment section, people feel free. Again, I want to know, what is the fantasy that you guys have that you would like to see come to pass in 2021? Oh, that Terror boy? I know. Now remember, if we have career women, and this is me, remember, if you have a career mama home, you have a career ladies in your life, right? You know if they work at 10 and they reach home. We had to be practical. It is 1950 again, you know, where we see she have to cook. If you're home, you could bubble your green fig, you know. It is taking nothing to boil green fig. And then, you know, we could cook. I know it has soldiers there. We could handle we seed. But remember, you must and all take responsibility for your health. She might help you out now and again, remind you, but you have to take that responsibility. You understand? Because then she could be calling you soft man and all kind of thing. And yeah. So only watch the Kita comment. Comments more.
Right,
Comment
some
section.
oysters, babadin punch, thing for the back.
Don't give me that, no? Can't sleep. God.
He just be on a higher rate. Nothing extra is needed.
But it's good. Ladies, if you know you have that special someone and you find you have a little dip, don't condemn him, please. You know, I realize, ladies, when guys have things like, we suffer from things like erectile dysfunction. We suffer from things like high blood sugar that affects our performance. And ladies tend to nitpick at, I find ladies kind of, all they're supposed to be attached to all the emotions, but really all your own emotions all they're attached to are not others.
Yeah.
Because the most amount of talk I've ever seen on Facebook with man and woman is a lady disrespecting a man in that manner.
Yes.
Right? Men do suffer from low T, which is low testosterone, and that affects every single thing. It don't matter what he do after that. And guys, you know, when you're coming up on the age, let me say 30, 35, I'm so old, huh? Because the way the young people and them, we could place our doctors, in boxes, and we will send your number to our doctor so that he could get in contact if you want a full physical. And sometimes we just be running around the place, but is inside is the problem. Right? So it would affect your ability to lose weight. So if you want to put on the striptease for Christmas or carnival time, and you know, boy, you have a little 10 pounds to lose, and you find you're training, and you're not, it's stubborn is because maybe you might have low testosterone, right? And it would affect all your performances based upon that. So ladies, it's good to be sensitive to that with the guys. Guys who starting to have high blood sugar and pressure issues, it affects your nature as we the same Trinidad people. And when that is becoming affected, it affects our brain, and then we start to be all dumb and arguing all the time, and then mama again, more salt. Yeah? So I realize nobody is placing what is the hiding.
Yeah.
So for the next live, what will be the discussion for the next live on Friday? Or let's tell me what Friday night live going on be, Chica.
Yeah, so let's see.
Chica, tell me what you think.
Well, we just go with what the people have to.
You can't sprinkle power. Right? So Chica, what is a good topic? What do you think? Asia, what is a good topic for the next real talk? And as we
Nikita, what is acceptable in a relationship and what isn't?
What is acceptable and what isn't acceptable? Is biting your head acceptable or is it not? What were your title then? The do's and don'ts. I like the titles to be kind of spunky. So when she say acceptable,
Sarah is saying
right.
that's a nice one.
Remember I like titles. So when she say acceptable in a I will say the do's and the don'ts in relationships. Bam. Hearts. So we see some hearts on fire and think, right. So for the next live, which is Friday Night Live, right, we are going to be discussing the do's and the don'ts in relationships. Is your boy there?
And a girl chikachi.
Although we go and finish cook, wherever, right?
Yes.
Bless up.
Later.
Love.